Hi leaders! I just wanted to take a second to talk to you about the small group covenant. If you've been in small groups before, you've seen this covenant. It hasn't changed much. We will just ask you as leaders to pass these out to your small group members, and we'll just ask that you take a minute to go through it with them. Doesn't need to be verbatim of what it says, but just kind of give them an overview, let them know why they're signing it. It's just a good tool to keep them accountable. So you're asking them to make small group a priority. You're asking them to attend church service as much as possible. You're asking them to be authentic, be vulnerable, uphold confidentiality, praying for one another. Basically, you're just asking them to be an active and just real member of the group. So this is a good tool to refer back to if you have a member who is not doing one or more of these things. It's a good tool to pull out and just say, hey, just wanted to touch base. You signed this for a reason. This is why we do it. Just a good reminder for them. So it's for the good of the entire group. Everyone is signing it together. You may get a few questions on this covenant. Things like, is this something I have to sign? The answer is no, we can't force you to do anything, but we obviously encourage it. If somebody is feeling like they shouldn't sign it, maybe that's a conversation you should have with them on their concerns, what their hesitation is, and then maybe address those things on the side. But everyone should sign it, and then you can send this home with them. You do not need to hang on to these. They can take them home, and then they have a way to reference kind of what the idea and the goal of small group is too. So the other thing I wanted to touch base on is utilizing your co-leader. Everyone has a co-leader, and we do that for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons is to kind of just balance your group out a little bit. So that way, as a leader, you're not the only one starting conversations, or it's not just your ideas. You kind of have somebody to play your ideas off of, and that just kind of gives a fresh opinion on things too. So that's one reason we have them. Another reason is so all of the responsibility doesn't fall on you as a leader. So feel free to give some tasks to your co-leader. That's what they're there for. So things like passing out the covenant and explaining this to them would be a great tool, or a great thing to pass on to your co-leader. You can also have them put together the snack list if you're going to do that, kind of organize all of that. You can have them open or close in prayer. You can have them be sending out support emails to your group, things like prayer requests or just updates on your group. You can kind of put them in charge of that. Just kind of wherever their comfort level is and wherever yours is too. If you're feeling like you need to give them more responsibility, feel free to do that. That's why they're there. So if you have any questions about how to use a co-leader or ideas on things to pass on to them, feel free to ask one of us. The other thing I just wanted to touch base on before we send you off to your next video here is to one of the biggest things on this group covenant is the confidentiality factor. So we really want you to drill that into your small groups and just how crucial that is. When you're asking people to be vulnerable and be real, to really open up, to share their prayer requests, that's not a small thing, and we don't take it lightly. So really drilling down on confidentiality and really just stressing the importance of that is going to be a big thing that we're going to ask you to do, just because it's crucial to get people to grow together and to ultimately grow in their relationship with Christ.